MSR Drive. It's Cotton and Falco here. This is going to be a new little program we got going on for the MSR community. As most of you all know, I have a ridiculous drive home from work. Falco has been nice enough to volunteer himself to talk some MSR while I drive down the road. So this is going to be pretty organic. I'm doing this as safe as humanly possible. Sound quality may be a little bit bad because I'm hands-free driving down the road. And Falco's at home with his kids, so should be pretty fun. Falco, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, buddy. Just hanging in there among this whole, pandemic situation. So
yeah, I know. I understand that. I just sit at work with a face mask on for 6 hours, so.
Oh man, that can't be fun.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. What we're going to do today, we're going to do a quick rundown of the AFC, maybe talk about some AFC MVP midway candidates. I guess we'll start in the North and end with the South. Since you're in the South, we'll let you talk about yourself last. North, you've got the Browns sitting on top of the North at 7-1. The Bengals are 6-2, and the Ravens are 5-3. And you've got Jay Wood on the outside looking in. Do you think anybody's going to top the Browns in that division, or you feel like they're pretty much just set in stone right now?
I've been seeing Little Bear play a little bit, and to me, I think he's going to come out on top there. I think he's going to surprise some people and win that division. Personally, that division to me has been the best division this season. I did not expect the Ravens to be 5-3. I didn't expect Jay Wood to be 4-4. And yeah, I didn't expect Little Bear to be 6-2. So I mean that division's pretty stacked. I think Little Bear's going to come out on top there with the Cincinnati Bengals.
I don't see any reason that he couldn't. I mean, like you said, 6-2, only a game behind Sonny at 7-1. But yeah, I think I'm gonna. I can see Little Bear winning, but I think I have to just stick with I guess I'm gonna stick with that, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's on top. It's hard to. He's a great player. He's got a ridiculous secondary. So I can see that. I'm pulling for the underdog though with Little Bear.
Maybe he'll give us all ice cream if he wins.
There you go.
Let's move on to the East, which is I feel like it's probably the closest division all the way across. Next to the North, but the East, you got the Pats at 5-3, who won a game at 4:00 this morning, and then you've got the Jets at 4-4. The Bills are at 4-5. Bueno kind of had a down spot when his quarterback went down. And I forget, who did he pick up as his backup down there?
He's got Drew Lock now.
Yeah. So Drew Lock, pulled out in the second game. And there's no reason I don't feel like there's no reason to count Bueno out at 4-5. I honestly am saying it right now that Bueno comes back with the Bills and wins the East. What do you think?
Ooh, I can see that. I'm pretty sure he won his last game. And he balled out with Drew Lock. So I could definitely see that. He's another one of these guys that's just like a great user. Like no matter what shape his team is in, he's in the game. So I could definitely see that. I'm gonna stick with the Patriots. I have DK in my fantasy team, and he's absolutely nasty right now. He's got over 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's already at over 1,000 receiving yards. Only 4 touchdowns, but still, that's a crazy amount of yards.
Yeah, he is killing it.
Yeah, so as long as he can keep the Prescott to Metcalf connection going there, I think it's gonna be hard to top him.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I want him to the person that's still gonna pull those Bills. I think he can work it out and get it back in.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I think it's down to those two. I think the Jets have a little ways to go. I think they just need to fill a couple more holes. And Dolphins, they have just a little bit of a problem in the QB position. It's hard to come back from that. So yeah, I definitely think it's down to those two.
Yeah, no, I feel you there. Let's go to the easiest one, the AFC West. That's the Chiefs and J Rod at 8-0. There's nobody going to stop him in that division. He's going to win it. He's going to win it every time, and there's nothing that anybody in that division can do about it.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's built up quite a squad over there, and the rhythm that he has with Luck is, I just don't see. I don't see anybody in that division coming close to beating him. That one's a runaway.
The closest team to him is the Broncos, and they have 3 wins, and it goes down from there.
Yeah, that one's pretty rough.
The new guy, I can't think of his name, with the Raiders.
Glaze, yeah, that's Glaze.
Okay, yeah, just came up, played a game this morning against T-Wayne, and I think lost by 3 points. So he instantly came in and have made the Raiders more competitive, literally in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, Glaze, he's a solid user. He made the Genesis. He got promoted, like you said yesterday, from Genesis, and he was the Seahawks Genesis user, and he got them to the NFC Championship, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's a very solid user. He led the league down there in passing yards. I think he had like close to 6,000 passing yards. DK had like 2,000 or 3,000 receiving yards. Like it was some ridiculous numbers.
That is ridiculous. I was completely unaware of that.
Yeah, he's a very, very solid user. Now, if he gets the running game going, I've noticed like the games that I've watched him play or played against him, when he gets his running game going with that crazy passing attack, it's hard to beat. Like he's a very, very solid user. I'm pretty sure Taco beat him in the NFC Championship, but it was a really tight game. And as you know, Taco's a hell of a user. So coming close to him, I'm pretty sure it was like a 14-point game or something like that. Like it just came down to some crazy animation. But yeah, he's good.
He's got Clement in MSR that Fury went out and traded first-round pick for, who's a fantastic running back in MSR. So he's got the running back as long as he can throw the ball with the Raiders.
Yeah. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to surprise some people. I don't think he'll finish last in that division. He's at 0-8 right now, but I think he'll scrap together some wins and surprise some people.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I agree with you. I do not think he finishes in last at all. Let's scoot on over to your division, the AFC South. We've got the Titans, who now lead it at 5-3 after beating the Texans yesterday. But you've got the Jags are right behind them at 5-3 too. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Titans. I feel like that Boone's a better user, better team manager. I think the Titans is a better team. I could be wrong, but I feel like he'll bring it out. And then he had a strong showing in MSR last season and took that team, had won like 10 or 12 games straight, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't see any reason the Titans don't win the South.
Yeah, I think the Titans are gonna. Yeah, I think they're gonna win it. I've played all these teams in my MSR career, and to me, the Titans, they were the only game that I felt like after the first drive, like, oh shoot, I'm not in this. The rest, like I was like, oh, okay, I can maybe come back and make some defensive stops, but his offense is pretty ridiculous. He's got Mixon. I can't remember who else. I just had Mixon scorched in my brain from those 90-yard plus runs. But I think Titans. I think Titans have this sealed up. I actually play them tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can pull an upset, but I don't see it happening.
That running game going, you do anything.
That's true. I am on a 2-game winning streak with with this new style I've adopted. I really do think it throws people through a loop. Like it's just I don't know, like it sends them into a panic. Like, oh man, I have to score. He just put up, he just had a 4-minute drive. Went for it on fourth twice. Yes.
I love
yeah.
it, man. Oh, but now I would say the one thing the Jags have going for them is Bradley Price at middle linebacker, who the Jags user he users him, and the dude's leading the league in interceptions. Also, his picks. He just is a terror. He's always around the ball. He's a superstar. So even if he's not being usered, the CPU puts him exactly where he needs to be. He's always around the ball. So I mean that's a game changer right there at middle linebacker.
Yeah, that was something I experienced before I changed my play style. I tried to throw the ball 20 times against the Jags, and I think it resulted to 4 or 5 interceptions, all by the linebackers. Miles Jack had 2. I think Price had 3, 2 or 3. But yeah, his and I told him mid-game, I was like, dude, your linebacker usering is ridiculous. Like if he can get his offense going consistently, he's going to be a force.
Oh yeah. Well, so let's skip over to AFC MVP. I'm going to give you a couple of names. You can throw one in there if you want. Bradley Price, who we just talked about for Jacksonville, has 10 interceptions. You have Lawson in Cincinnati with 22 sacks.
Yeah.
Calvin Dial for Denver with 1,047 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns, I think. You got Andrew Luck with 2,493 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Is there anybody else that I'm forgetting? I didn't mention DK because he only has the 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I would put Dial ahead of DK. I think if DK gets his touchdown numbers though, he's going to give him a run for in the MVP conversation. But I think that list is pretty good. I mean, Lawson with 22 sacks already. What are we in, week 9? So I mean, he could very well end up with 40. That's ridiculous. Bradley Price, 10 interceptions. He could end up with 15, 20 interceptions at a linebacker position. That's insane. Luck's doing Luck things. He's just he won MVP last year, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he's won it a couple of times actually.
Yeah, so I mean, he plays all the guys at the AFC West who's having a down year. So, I mean, I don't see his production slowing down. Just personally speaking, I might throw out Hines because I'm having a pretty good season with Hines. I'm almost at 1,000. I think I have 8 touchdowns. Nowhere near the ridiculous numbers of the other guys, but I may creep up there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you've got a chance because King made the comment that he would rather start throwing the ball than putting up rushing yards with Breida to try and dev his quarterback. So, I mean, you've got all the room just to work up that running back ratings there.
Yeah, I mean, right now Hines is sitting at number 3 in the league, rushing yards. So, as long as I stay ahead of Ura, I'm happy with that.
Well, and then Ura traded, which we're ended up in NFC talk now, but he ended up trading Gurley to the Falcons. So Gurley's numbers may not stay where they are.
Oh, I was not aware of that. I completely missed that. Wow. So yeah, that's even better for me. So Hines may end up number 2 behind Cotton Scandy, Joey Johnson at the end of the season.
Oh man. Well, I think I'm going to stick with which not a lot of people talk about him, but I'm going to talk. I'm going to have to say it's Calvin Dial right now. Those are 15 receiving touchdowns halfway through the season is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's on pace for like 2,100 yards and 30 touchdowns. So I mean, Denver may not be winning more than, may only have 3 wins, but by God, Dial is catching everything.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. I have Jameis as my fantasy quarterback, so he's keeping me in the winning section there with Jameis throwing 5 to 6 touchdowns a game. So, I mean, I can definitely see Dial. I can see Lawson, winning one for the defensive side,
Yeah,
'cause he's just putting in work over there.
for sure, man. Well, I appreciate you putting up with me driving down the road, talking to you for a few minutes so we can talk a little MSR football. The next time they hear from us, we'll go down the NFC side, and we'll go through that and then talk about MVP candidates also on the NFC side. But I appreciate everybody listening. Falco, you want to leave them with anything before we go?
Yeah, just if you haven't checked out our league, just make sure to log on daddyleagues.com /MSR. Check us out. Check out all our Twitter content. We have some crazy content going on, especially right now during this whole world situation. Guys are getting really creative and coming out with some great stuff. So yeah, just keep checking us out, and yeah.
For sure. All right, everybody, be safe. Social distance yourself, like DK gave us the insight on the other night. Make sure you're doing your part. Let's get this stuff done with and over with and get back out in the real world.
For sure.
All right, man. I'll catch you later.
All right, man.